The DBC customer appreciation is rocking and rolling. Hairball is getting ready to play. They got all their vendors here learning about products. So great to see 10 years in business here in the Byron area and the Rochester market. Love to see small businesses when they grow. Keep up the great work. And if you haven't been out here, stop at DBC. All right, so the DBC customer appreciation, we're jumping around to see all the different products. Where are we at and what type of products do you carry?
So we're here with Hoover Engineered Woods on the Prove It Tour trailer, and what we carry and what we manufacture is high-end home building products. Our biggest target market's the custom home space, single family, things like that. But all of our products are extremely water resistant. So we make a subflooring panel, which is Advantech, what we're standing on, and then we make zip system wall and roof sheathing, which is these panels here, as well as we've got the waterfall display right there. The biggest thing with ours, all super water resistant. So on your subfloor, you get 500-day no sanding guarantee on that. On your wall and roof sheathing, 180-day exposure. If it has any issues, subfloor or wall and roof sheathing, you call your Hoover rep, they come out, they'll help you get a solution sorted. Biggest thing with our wall and roof sheathing though is your WRB, house wrap, synthetic felt for roof, things like that. It's all built into the panel already.
Oh, so not two separate, you just all one?
Yep, so it's just panel and tape. So you put up all your panels the way you would put up a regular shear panel or decking for your roof, and then you just tape off all your seams. You'd be constructionally dried in instantly once you do that. So it's an innovative product. It's been around. Advantech's been on the market now for about 30 years. Zip system, I want to say, either just hit 15 or it's coming up on 15. One of the two.
Very cool. Well, in the climate that we're living in, I mean, there's always water, whether it's coming from the snow or from the rain. So
absolutely,
good to be watertight.
For sure.
We're asking everybody, curious your thoughts. Where are we at in the market? What are you seeing? How is the home building going right now?
So for me personally, that's a tough question. I'm not your local rep, so I'm just here with the trailer. We're part of the road show, as I call us. So
where are you at though, as far as neck of the woods and your market? Where are you from?
I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay,
that's where I live now. Grew up outside Chicago, but yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina. In terms of home building and home owning and buying, it's booming right now.
That's what I've heard.
Top 5 quickest growing markets in the country. So I know Austin, Texas is up there. I was out there this year too, and it's like new construction everywhere. And Charlotte's kind of the same way. The city itself isn't necessarily expanding as much because it's starting to get pretty full, but the areas around it, you can see it's starting to kind of get more heavily developed, ready for more population to move in. So,
well, I think we're definitely headed there with Rochester, with Mayo's expansion, multi-billion dollars, new hospital in downtown, going to bring more employees. They're already the largest employer in the state of Minnesota, and so home builders are definitely, I think, going to continually grow. We're just starting to see national home builders go into our market because we're qualifying for them to want to invest. So it's like Lennar and the Pulte Homes and others. So I'm sure that we'll continually see that growth here. We don't have necessarily the great weather that North Carolina has, but we definitely have the top medical care in the entire world.
Yeah, absolutely. I say we stayed pretty close to downtown Rochester, and we were right by the Mayo Center. It's a pretty impressive little campus they got over there. It's not little, that is, but it's an impressive medical campus they got over there. We drove around it a little bit and saw it when we were going to get dinner. So
lots of construction going on too.
Lots of construction going on also, for sure. So
very cool. Well, if people want to find out more about your product, if they want to get education, how can they find out more? Where do they go online and so forth?
Huberwood.com. Huberwood.com will give you links to all of our different brand pages. So that would be Advantech, Zip System, and Exicor. Those are our 3 brands. But yeah, Huberwood.com, you can find all of it, and look up Advantech, Hoover, Zip on YouTube. There's a bunch of videos out there. Huber's really good with their media also. So there's a bunch of training videos, talking videos, and some fun stuff out there too. So
awesome. Thanks for making the trip to Rochester.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah. Go ahead and introduce yourself and share about the products that you have.
So I'm Tom Kissel. I'm the exterior products installation specialist for CertainTeed. We have roofing, siding, commercial roofing, drywall, insulation. Yeah, we do it all.
Very cool.
So actually the products that they have here from ours would be our Landmark shingles and our Northgate shingles. You want a good roof, you want to put the Northgate on, best shingle on the market. I say that as a roofing contractor, not as a CertainTeed guy.
Yeah.
So.
And some of the things that make it the best, what would you consider, the aspects of that product?
Class 4 impact resistant. The rocks don't fall off. It's got better, it's flexible to 0 degrees. So you can use it in the colder weather and it doesn't roll like normal asphalt shingles will. Contractors like using it, so.
There you go.
Yeah.
And how about warranty? Do you have any warranties on some of that?
We have, all of our shingles have a lifetime warranty, limited, unless you're a credential contractor with Certainteed. Then you can sell them a 4 or a 5-star warranty, which will take that word limited and take it out of there, and you got a 50-year warranty on your roof.
Very cool.
So.
And how about the market? What are you seeing in the market? Are things still being built? What are you seeing? What are you feeling out there?
Well, it's kind of, right now, it's contractors are praying for a storm because they're not getting a lot of roof jobs. The insurance is kind of pulling back, so it's going to get harder for them. The good companies are going to stick around. The little companies are going to go away. So
that customer support, the right product, all those things matter even more when we get into a little bit of that uncertainty of the market, I'm sure.
Yep. And one nice thing with Certainteed is we're here to help contractors do better work and make more money. So, and there's some new stuff coming out now called fortified roofing. We're just getting into that now. That's something the IBHS has started, and they brought it into Minnesota and Iowa, but usually it was down in the coast where the hurricanes hit and stuff.
Okay.
So
very cool.
So we're kind of training them on that now, and that's what I do.
So if people want to learn more about Certainteed, they can stop by DBC. Where else can they go to learn more?
They can actually talk to Larry, who is our sales guy, and we can set up a class for him.
Awesome.
I mean,
you'll do the class? All right. Perfect.
No, I'll do the class. But he's the one that they know, and they talk to him all the time. They'll say, hey, Larry, we want to do a hands-on training. Can you get Tom out here? So I'll come out and do that, or I'll go to their place. So if a contractor wants to get into our program, we'll go and we'll test them. So it's about an hour and a half to go to get credentialed and be what's called a shingle master. Then we have other steps of it: select shingle master, master craftsman select. In our siding, they can be a master craftsman. So we have a lot of training. We're all education based. Doesn't cost them any money to get into our program, and we're here to help them.
Very cool. Well,
yeah.
Congratulations on the growth, and it's great to see that
Thanks.
you guys are delivering some wonderful products here at DBC and around the area.
Yep, we are.
Thank you so much.
All right.
So let's learn a little more about your products and what you're offering here, and introduce yourself. We'd love to learn more about you as well.
There you go. First of all, I'm Scott Lawyer. I've met an honest, hardworking lawyer. I'm from Madison, South Dakota. I work for Springer Midwest, wholesale distribution. I've been with them for over 32 years. So this is kind of what I do. I don't have many hobbies.
You've lived through the market cycles. You've seen the ups and
Yeah,
downs.
I have. I've seen the products come and go, and I'm really excited to bring this one to market.
Okay.
This is excellent. When you look at it, 94% recycled content. There's literally nothing in the building materials industry that's going to contain that much recycled content. And if this wasn't made into siding, the next step would be the landfill. Not good.
Yeah, right.
This is mainly polyester fibers that have been recycled, and with that, the only thing new in this panel right here is the paper on both sides, the glue, and the paint. Everything else in the board is 100% recycled product. That's where we get such a high percentage, 94 out of 100.
And I'm curious about how that recycle process works. Where is it coming from?
Actually, if you look at it, a lot of the states are outlawing carpet, amongst other things, to be put in landfills. Okay, so California, Maryland, New Jersey, and maybe soon Minnesota might enact that. Because again, when you put it in a landfill, it doesn't rot, doesn't decay, never goes away. It's impervious to moisture. And what better product that we could use to make siding out of? If you take a look at this, durability, this was Gothenburg, Nebraska, June 28th.
Size of tennis balls.
Yeah, a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's a shot of the home that they were scooped up from. And I don't know if you can see the downspout.
Yeah, the downspout looks like it got beat with a hammer.
It's been hammered, and also the window's missing with a duct tape.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But the
And
siding.
Not a mark on it.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
And
Crazy.
so recycled carpet is one.
Yep.
What, is there other products as well that go into this?
Oh yes, and a lot of it is done through the industrial components. You see the black that's in here?
Yep.
That is from Toyota. the headliners
Yes.
in the vehicles. As they stamp them out, there's lots of tailings and such, and of course they have to dispose of those responsibly. They can't put it in a landfill. They make it available to Rise Siding, and in Mankato, Minnesota,
Wow.
they press it into siding, believe it or not.
So it's a Minnesota-made
Minnesota-made product.
Very neat.
Yeah, I love it. I've had very good success with it in the field. They make a very good smooth product, as you can see. A lot of the other ones are doing textured, which is great, but smooth is actually a good option.
Okay.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah. No, it's good stuff. It's very well costed. It's got a 15-year warranty on this for the finish, 30 on the board. And I come along for more application tips,
Yeah.
right? I'm the guy in the field that wants to make sure that it goes up right, so it works right, so everyone has a great experience with it.
For years to come.
Yeah, years and years to come.
And then everything we're asking everyone else is, how's the market? What are you seeing out there? We'd love to get your take on the market right now.
You know, I think everyone's waiting for the next shoe to drop or the next interest rate to drop, let's say.
Yeah.
There's this uncertainty doesn't really serve anyone very well. But if we can get a half a point on this interest rate off, I think you're going to see a lot of people turning the faucet on. It's been tough, but we've been getting her done.
We're seeing with Rochester a lot of investment from outside markets just because of Mayo Clinic's growth.
Oh, sure.
Have you seen other markets like Rochester benefit from just this outside investment? Like, is Rochester one and only, or what other markets are you seeing grow?
Well, see, and that's the issue. I'm from Madison, South Dakota, a town of about 6,000. So in my turf, my usual turf to this point, I don't have really any large metropolitan centers.
Okay.
Okay, Sioux Falls is probably about as big as it gets in that area.
And I've been seeing online, at least, that seems like that market's been booming.
It really has. It really has. There was just a home that was put into motion, a $6 million home it's going to be a 2-year project.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's money out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And probably more to be invested as we get a little of this uncertainty out of the market. So.
Yes. Yeah. The uncertainty. Yep. Correct.
Awesome. Well, if people want to learn more, where can they go online? How do they find out more? And thank you so much for your time and teaching us.
Well, the excellent thing about this is Certainty has taken this product under their wing. And when it comes to building materials, Certainty is the 80,000 pound gorilla.
Okay.
Okay, to have these guys in my corner is just a blessing. Very, very nice literature, as you can see. Lots of colors to choose from. I think it's going to be a winner. I think give me 2 years and this will be replacing a lot of the other product that's on the wall.
All right. We'll be back here in 2 years and hearing from you.
I'll be waiting.
Awesome. Be sure to stop out at DBC to learn more about the products and all the Certainty it has to offer, along with this wonderful siding from Rise. All right, we're at the next booth. We got to learn more about what company are we at and what products are you carrying?
This is Novo Building Products and LJ Smith. We carry everything interior for stair parts, moldings, doors, millwork, everything you need basically for finishing the inside of your house, making it look pretty. Once everything's up, we kind of come in, tell us what you need. We'll do the finish work, make the house look like a home.
And I have definitely seen a customization into railing. So talk about some of that customization. Like, what trends are you seeing, or what are people liking?
Right now, these days, everything's all Craftsman, white oak. It used to be kind of before COVID, everything was dark. Now everything's kind of transitioning more to like that white oak kind of look.
Okay.
Not a very sleek, very square, rounded corners. More over here, if you can kind of see on the camera, people kind of like the T-like square look. For newels, end caps, top rails, that's kind of the trends that we're seeing these days.
Very cool. And then how about metal? Like, are you seeing more metal get introduced into railings, and what does that look like?
Yep. Metal balusters is still pretty popular. I know that's been around for a long time. These days, what's been really big for us is moving over to the panel systems, going up, down the stairways, through balconies, landings, all that kind of stuff. Very popular. People like the black, sleek look. It's a good look, it's a good finish look, and it looks good a lot with a nice prime top rail on top, painted and kind of finished off to match the interior of the house.
Very awesome. So as far as your company, where are they based out of? And people are interested in learning more. how can they find out more besides going to DBC? Because that's where they definitely need to
stop.
stop.
Of course, yeah. DBC would be your first stop for anywhere around here. Obviously, our website, Novo Building Products, and LJ Smith. Our company, as far as the Midwest is concerned, in Minnesota, we all ship out of Shanahan, Illinois, which is just outside of Chicago.
Okay.
That's where all our product will ship from. We're usually in the area basically every day of the week delivering our stuff. But if you want to know more information, feel free to stop by here, talk to Brandon, talk to the guys, tell them to contact Novo, and we'll be able to get you what you need.
Awesome. Congratulations on the continued growth. Thanks for sharing about it.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. All right, the next booth at DBC, what booth are we at? What products do you carry, and who are we here with?
Paul Berglund with Dealer's Choice Distribution.
Awesome.
So today I'm featuring Fortress steel framing. It takes the place of traditional treated lumber for decks, 16 gauge steel framing, powder coated, joists.
And that is something I imagine in this climate, with all the moisture that we have, the snow, this is something that lasts super long.
It's just something that lasts. So the nice part about the steel is it's a 25-year warranty. All of your composite decking holds a 25 to 50-year warranty. Treated lumber does not hold any kind of warranty. So when you're putting your 25-year warranty decking on top of treated, you're only covering half the problem. So putting this underneath, you're getting a 25-year warranty throughout. Transferable warranty, and the nice part is each piece is warranted individually. So if you decide to go with the post or the beams or something like that, that's got the warranty. You don't have to use the entire system. A lot of people are using it just for the stairs, just for the framing. It's nice powder coated, like I was saying. It's got a good look looking up at the deck, and it's one of those keep up with the Joneses things. If you're looking up at the deck of your house and you got it, your neighbor has the bonfire the next week and they've got it also. You don't want to be the third one that has the treated and says, you didn't get the steel framing.
I like it.
So this is something that's really come on. Great spans. You can do a 20 by 20 deck with 2 posts. So in Minnesota, if you're on a lake or something like that, looking out at the lake itself, you're going to be getting rid of at least 2 posts.
Okay.
You open up that view. Very sturdy. We've had really good luck with it.
And then I see it also in this architectural kind of pergola design as well. So it's beyond just the frame of the deck.
Correct.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so we've got the pergola opportunities as well. Cedar up here in Minnesota is a great looking product. You have to finish it every couple of years because of the weather that we have. With steel, you don't have that refinishing. It's not going to move on you, not going to buckle, not going to crack because of the cold and weather getting to it and things like that either. So yeah, we've had real good luck with the pergolas as well.
Very cool. Where is this product made? And just curious about how are you seeing the market right now? We're asking everybody about that. What are we seeing in the market?
So, obviously it's steel, and, steel comes from overseas. Mm-hmm. We get it transported up through a plant over in Texas. Yeah, it's where they store it from once they get it off the containers overseas. We get it from Texas. Market-wise, prices have gone up with steel, with tariffs and things like that, but the reality is, if you're going to be pricing out a deck with treated, you've got multiple posts, more posts. If you start taking posts out, you're taking out the, digging for the footings, the concrete, things like that. So apples to apples, you're going to spend quite a bit more money. But as you start taking out other factors and other things that go into the steel framing, you can, maybe 10, 20% more. So it's not that much more for a 25-year warranty.
Right.
Some people say, I can't afford it on my 20-foot deck or my 12-foot deck. And my comeback is you can't afford it on you can't afford not to use it on your 12-foot deck. Because as soon as you put a treated post in there and it twists or it cracks, you're having to replace it. Mm-hmm. There's no warranty. You're not going to be replacing a post of this. So
makes sense.
Yeah.
You got to do also that long-term math of
Correct.
how long are we going to live
live
here?
there for a long
right.
time. Right.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing about the product. If people want to find out more, you come down to DBC. I'm sure they have the guys here to answer any questions.
That's right.
And then also if they want to reach out to your team, where can they find your team online?
So dealerschoicedistribution.com.
Awesome. Thank you
Great.
so much.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.